you break into a sweat with even the thought of having company? I'm here to help. After trying just a few of my hosting tips, you'll be more than ready to say, come on over. Today, let's talk about the trendy and best-selling air fryer. Now, I have two air fryers, and you might be thinking, why would someone need two air fryers? Well, it's because I live with a man who loves fried food, and so you might need two air fryers to get that whole fried meal ready, or you might not. But let's start with the one we bought first, and that would be the Ninja. Now, as I pointed out in a previous video, who wouldn't want something called Ninja?
I am Haru of the Takagura Dojo. Do not forget that.
Right? Okay, well, we bought it because it was medium size and medium price, and we thought, we don't really know what we're doing air frying, so let's just get one that's affordable, and we could give it a try, and if we don't like it, we could then give it away or figure out something else. So we got the Ninja. So it's a medium-sized one, and I know what you're thinking. These things are enormous. Yes, they are, because if you think about it, what it really is a convection oven, meaning that you put food in this basket and you put it back in, and through the power of electricity,
if we could somehow harness this lightning,
it creates heat and airflow inside this basket to fry your food in a more healthy way than, let's say, deep frying in oil, like with fried chicken, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You have no business serving fried chicken if you're not from the South.
I'm saying that living in the South. Nothing wrong with fried chicken and oil, but if you're wanting to watch your fat intake or eat a little healthier, the air fryer is for you. It also doesn't require a lot of oil, it won't scald anyone, and it's an easy cleanup. So let's take a look versus these two. This one, medium-sized basket. It has this insert over the lower element. You can make it stand up and create layers. We don't use this a whole lot, but we might someday, who knows. You put it in there, you slide in this basket, and you start it up using the controls. So these controls are fairly straightforward. It has some pretty straightforward options. We have, of course, the air fry, which is what we use it for mostly. There is a roast option. There is a reheat option, which we have never used, but we might one day. And there's a dehydrate option, which we really do want to try. We would like to create our own beef jerky, or gator jerky, or boar jerky.
They call me Mr. Pig!
Or some sort of jerky we'd like to create in here. So we would like to try that. So you have preset options on here. I'd have to get out the book and really check out how to do it, but it says you can do it, so it can. You have up and down controls for heat and for time. This one is a very simple air fryer, I think. It also has over here, this one has directions on how you would function with different kinds of items. For instance, there is, well, there are pictures too. So in case you're not reading, you just don't feel like reading, or maybe English isn't your first language.
we're thinking.
What are you thinking about?
You can look at the pictures. There's a chicken leg, there are fries, there are, well, there's two different fries actually, and there's what looks like a steak, and you can bake in these, which we have never done, and you can do fish. And what it does is it gives you the temperature. I don't know if we can zoom in on this, but it gives you the temperature for each one and the time. That's really handy to get started without having to keep referring to the book or even to go online. And you can find all the information you need online, of course, but it's nice to have that little panel here to help you. All right, let's go over to this bad boy.
I'm bad, and that's good.
This is the Skinny Taste. Now, we didn't even know we wanted a big air fryer until this one was offered to us by someone who purchased it and just didn't use it. So it came to us basically new. And here's what I tell people when they're buying air fryers. Get the largest air fryer you can afford. I know it's wider, it's taller than the medium-sized one, but you want this one. You can cook everything from this guy into this guy and more. So what's so great about this air fryer? Well, let me come around and show you. First of all, the basket is much bigger. It's so much bigger that you can do an entire chicken in here. We have roasted or air fried an entire chicken. I mean, like skin on, right from the grocery store. We did soak it in buttermilk overnight, put it in here, and it is the most crisp skin. If you're a skin eater, you will love a chicken in here. And it was juicy, juicy tender in this air fryer. It also has a lift out option for the basket to make it easier to clean. You can clean this too. You don't immerse these when you clean them, but they are fairly easy to clean. We use this all the time, and look at what great shape it's in. Unbelievable. So that's great about this. This one, I'm just gonna stick this back in here, has no words on it at all. It's only symbols.
There's you and me, there's Penny and Amy. We're playing Pictionary in the present.
So we do have to refer to the book sometimes to know what we do. And full disclosure here, it's really Jimmy who does most of the air frying. I did test chicken legs in here before he did, and he couldn't believe how good they were. I did win him over on that one, but he is far more likely to try things in the air fryer than I am. I don't know why. I think I just maybe don't want to get it out and set it on the counter. Who knows? So you can see there's a giant fan. There's a temperature up and down. There are timing up and down, and then all these different symbols on here for the different foods. I don't love that. I think this one's a little harder to use than the little guy over here or the medium guy over here. Jimmy doesn't think it's that much harder, but he's better versed at using the instructions than I am, so I could get better at it and I probably wouldn't find it to be a big deal. Now, the instructions for both air fryers, and I would guess all air fryers, is that you preheat them. Much like you would preheat an oven to bake cookies or make a loaf of bread or whatever you're going to do in the oven, they suggest you preheat so that when you slide your food in, it is ready to go and the food is not warming up with the oven. Some people are not preheaters. I am a rabid preheater, but on these, it's definitely recommended. So on the Skinny Taste, there is an actual preheat button. So you push that and it preheats it for you. This one you have to manually put in the time to preheat it. I would imagine that the temperature that you're setting it to is what you use to preheat. And usually the instructions will say preheat for 6 minutes or preheat for 7 minutes. It gives you an idea of how long it's going to take to preheat these. After that, they go in, you set your timer on each of these and they go. Now here's the downside of the air fryers. They are loud. We're talking conversation stopping loud.
I can't hear you!
So if you have company and you're air frying, you would need those to be at the furthest distance. Like if you're gonna be playing cards at the table and the air fryer was just close by, I would not recommend that. Put it somewhere away because it is, I wouldn't say that it's ear-shatteringly loud, but it is too loud to have a conversation next to it. It's even too loud for the TV. However, I will take loudness for shorter times, convection oven type heating, and I cannot stress this enough, the crispiest, juiciest chicken you will ever have in your life.
Delicious.
Seafood is also a great option in these. It just has a great way of keeping all that flavor in the inside of the meat. We have never, ever dried anything out in the air fryers. Now, if we wanted to dry out meat, dehydrate meat for a jerky, of course we'd be drying out, but that's a different thing. These are usually used to cook food. And I can't tell you how fun it is to try different things in here. We have had some failures. I think that Jimmy tried to do some fried okra in here and I think he used the little guy, and it came out white and not at all what you'd think fried okra would look like.
How about fried okra? It's like the popcorn of the South.
It was bad enough that we decided to just do the old-fashioned thing and fry the okra as we normally do. But that is a rare failure on our part. So, is your kitchen incomplete without an air fryer? No, your oven is basically an air fryer, specifically if it's a convection oven, and many new ovens come with an air fry option. But if that's not on your budget list, if that's not the kind of oven or stovetop that you have, then an air fryer can be the next best thing. And they're portable. If I were going to change the air fryer in any way, I would have a retractable cord. These get in the way. I know you're thinking, but they're not very big. Well, they aren't, but when you're trying to store these, which is a little more challenging, see what happens there? The cord just, and this is a much more substantial cord, 3-prong, the cord just doesn't usually stay where you want it to. That would be my only complaint, really. Other than that, these are definitely worth the buy. Get the largest one you can afford and start air frying today. Today, let's talk about the trendy. That is not a difficult word. Trendy is a 2-syllable word that is not generally difficult for most people. However, it's a Monday, so. And go for the amount of time that you want to spend. Not you personally, because who would want to live inside an air fryer? How does it fry, you might ask? Air! It uses air from the outlets, creates air. Can't see it, it's cooking your food. Come on over. Now go make someone feel special today.